To get started quickly, our recommendation is to use one of the existing visuals that we have in our gallery. You can go to any of the gallery pages and there is a button Modify Visual that you can click to start editing an existing visual. So if I click on the Modify Visual, it launches a login page. And if you are a new user, you would need to register and then activate your login before you can use this screen. Once I've logged in, I'm into the data and visual screen. Before you move forward, if you prefer to use your own data, then you can click on this button and then upload your own CSV file. At present, CSV is the only file format that can be used in this editor. Once you export from this editor to a Power BI visual, the PBIViz file, you can use any of your Excel files or data connector that you have built with Power BI. The limitation to CSV is just for the purpose of this editor. So once you have selected your data, you click on Visual and it will show you exactly how the visual looks with your data. You can click on X-axis and Y-axis to select or change the axis values, as well as add in legends, labels, tooltips, or size and color for the markers. You can delete existing charts. You can change the chart types by clicking on this button over here. So right now I have a bubble plot. I would change it to bar. The middle panel is where you change the design of this visual. There are some options in the middle panel that are available only in this editor. Power BI Desktop does not allow you to change those options in the application itself. For the rest of the options, when you export the visual and select the options that you want to export, those are available in Power BI Desktop for editing. So some of the options that you do not have available in Power BI Desktop are advanced labels and advanced tooltips. Power BI allows only simple labels and tooltips, and if you choose to have advanced tooltips or labels, like for example, if I go over here, you can see that the tooltip has been formatted. So the 3.27 has been made blue, bold, and it is shown by itself. Those can be done with this advanced templates that cannot be edited in Power BI Desktop. Similarly, when I go up under chart style, legend is another piece which is limited in Power BI Desktop. So the two pieces that are limited in Power BI Desktop is ability to use inset. What inset does is the legend section is brought in within the chart area. Helps with is to avoid this wastage of blank space. And in general, in some cases, it would look better on your chart itself. So using an inset is possible only in this editor, as well as if you want to pick the top right and the bottom right legend position, those options are not available in Power BI Desktop. This is a limitation by Microsoft Power BI and not by our application. The final piece is the ability to click and toggle. So for demonstration purposes, we have used a single click as a toggle, double click as a toggle others. So if I click on score all, what it does is removes the legend that was clicked from the visual area. Click it back, appears again. Now let's double click on score client and see what happens. So when I double click on score client, it removes every other mark in this visual area, excluding the one that I double clicked. So all of these options are not available in Power BI Desktop, and these would need to set up in here. Once I'm done with my changes and I'm happy with my visual, I can click on Export Visual, decide what properties I want to give in here, name, version, icons, etc. Go to Fields, decide if I want to change display name, The display name that you pick here will appear in your Power BI desktop visual area when you select this visual. Similarly, when I go to format, there are different options to choose from. Any option that you choose in here will be shown in Power BI visual area or the formatting area. You would need to make a decision between how many options you want to export to your visual area or with your Power BI visual. Something to consider here is that if you are going for the single download license, the $4.99 option, then you can only download once. So in that case, I would recommend to select all options, just in case you need any of those options in future. If you are on a subscription license for PBIVizEdit, then I would recommend using just those options that you think you would be using over the next month or two. You could always come back, open up this visual in the editor, and select additional options as and when you need them. This helps declutter the formatting tab in Power BI, making it simple and clean. So once I've selected my options, I click on Save and Export. The visual generation generally takes a minute or two, and when that's ready, it will show you a pop-up to download and save the PBIViz file. Okay, so the visual is ready. Save it to desktop, and now you are good to go. You can open that in your Power BI desktop and start using it. So once you have your Power BI desktop application open, click on this, import a visual from file, import, and from download, I select the file that we just downloaded. And I can see that the icon is in here, so my visual is over here. If I click on this, x-axis, score all, score client. And the visual we saw was exactly replicated in Power BI. We talked about the formatting options, and you can see the formatting options we chose for this exercise are shown over in here. And because we have chosen a smaller set of options, this area is very decluttered. Thank you for watching the video, and we hope PBIVizEdit helps you use the custom visuals that you have always wanted to.